Game of Thrones has the worst, most intelligent, insulting ending of all time. When I was watching the show, people would tell me season 8 is bad, it's horrible, it's one of the worst things that you will ever watch. And I'm like, it can't be that bad. And then I finally got to it, and it was even worse than I expected. I have never ever seen character assassination after character assassination like this in my life. If you like any character in this show, they don't get out unscathed unless you're Theon or the Hound. Daenerys fans, the writers of this show deserve you a personal apology. The whole theme of her character is that she was not going to be like her father and become the Mad King, and randomly she just snaps, turns crazy, and becomes even worse than the Mad King. Jon Snow was getting hyped up to be somebody who's going to be the next king. He has claim to the throne, and what do? They send him to the fucking Night's Watch. They revert this nigga back to season 2. In one scene, they completely destroy all of the work that Jaime Lannister has put in for 8 seasons in one scene. Why would he go back to Cersei? Why would he do that? You just undid everything about this character. Arya was the one who killed the Night King, even though we've been hyping up Jon versus the Night King for the fucking longest. They don't even fight. They just look at each other. That's it. I could talk about character assassinations all day. Truthfully, I could. But one of my biggest problems is, since season 1, episode 1, we've been hyping up this fight versus the dead. Everybody's gonna have to come together to stop the dead. Cersei doesn't even send an army down, and they beat the dead in one episode. Albeit, it is a really long episode. Some of the coolest action ever if you ignore how stupid the characters are. One episode for 8 seasons of buildup. This is a whole season, maybe 2 seasons of fighting. This is how this shit goes. And I'm telling you, every kingdom in Westeros should have been jumping in to help. That's how dire this shit should have been. That's how they were hyping it up. But one episode and only the North. They had Winterfell, one of the strongest castles in the Game of Thrones verse. And what do? Instead of letting the dead come to them, they go outside of Winterfell, try to beat them before they come into Winterfell, and lose thousands of men to the dead, and only have them join the fucking army because they're fucking stupid. And on top of that, there's just so many more things wrong with it. But if I keep talking about this, I'm actually gonna blow a vein out of my head. If you would have told me at prime Game of Thrones seasons 3 through 4 that it was gonna end like this, I genuinely would not have believed you.